have time. Probably not today. Might have to pattern that tomorrow or Friday. Thoughts on it? Well, be player. He's not a winger. I mean, exactly what Arsene Wenger said. His career is centrally based, and he's thriving a lot more there. He's not going to score goals or assists. By January, if Balogun is outscoring Eddie by a significant amount, would you call him back to fight for the number 2 spot? Nope. 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 Unless there's mad injuries, nope. I think you're disrupting his progress. You know, he's having his first loan spell at Middlesbrough. He's learnt from that, and he's doing a lot better, getting his name ringing. You've made a commitment. Let him keep playing games, man. Come back next summer. You made a commitment not to factor this guy in next season. Give him there, and there'll probably be a penalty fee as well. 5 subs only benefit City, no doubt. No team has better depth than City, and City use it to their advantage. Okafor's been on, you know, maybe he can shine now that Adeyemi's cut. I think it definitely benefits teams like City. They can put a whole bomb squad all at once. Yeah. But generally, I wouldn't see it, man. It might have affected his preference. And if that has, boys, it's mashing us up. Oh, I missed these Banduli 5:45 kickoff. Speak for yourself, man. Any idea of the team of the tonight team news? Not a clue, bro. He's not making it, man. It's harsh. Football is a harsh game. What do you think the Blues can win this season? I hope nothing, but at the same time, they're not out the Champions League. They're not out the FA Cup. Mathematically, they can fight for the Premier League, so it's still open season for Chelsea. There are mad injuries. I'd reconsider. I might let you know, unless if something mad happens to Jesus and that, maybe, you know. But I would leave Balogun there. He's still learning, and obviously, from what I've seen of him on loan, check out the loan report, people. He's scoring goals and his general play is amazing, but he's not doing a madness like that beyond the obvious. Take nothing away from what he's doing. Let him have his stability, man. 20 more likes and we've got what we need, folks. Bro, only 2 likes on the other watch along. You lot hate me, man. Damn. What was I actually doing? I was getting the loan report video. That's what I was doing for you lot. I think he got done dirty, but this is it, man. DG, you're too funny. The way man said no, Balogun must do a full on. It's not fair, bro. Like, well, if Balogun's gonna come and sit on the bench, obviously for Arsenal that helps us because there's a body there. But minutes are currency, and when you're playing week in, week out, it's a drug, bro. It's like a nitty, bro. Nitties don't want to go rehab by force, do they? Really? Let my man keep getting the drug of football, getting importance, doing his thing. When you hit 50k subs, inshallah, thank you very much. Are you going to do a call-in show as a celebration? I'd love to do a call-in show in general, but while it would be used for some good stuff, there'd have to be a way to work around it because, you know how Niki guys are going to, you know how it can get. Like, you know how it can get. I mean, I would seriously assess Balogun in the summer. So Balogun's doing all he can. Man are talking about you, but the goals are one thing. It's your general play. I think in comparison to what I saw with Balogun at Middlesbrough, he's being less naive. At sometimes, I think he was like he had ants in his pants. He was, I'm not going to get the ball centrally. I'm running out left wing. I'm doing this, which you need to do, but you need to keep discipline. I think he's making better runs. He's running off the shoulder a lot more. His general play is improving. Evidently, he's scoring goals. He's getting importance. Everyone's talking about him. He's getting more confident. You know, he's getting more experience. Keep doing that. I'm not expecting you to be, I know everyone does it, but I'm not expecting you to come back a madman. You're mad lit. I would love it to be the case, but it's not going to be that. Just come back a bit more confident, ultimately, at trying to break in because there is a spot for another striker in this team. You can't play Miguel as he's gone alone. Call-in shows are Bandulu. Look at what happened to Tobes and Saeed. I wasn't trying to say it, but again, yeah, man, if there's a way to pattern it, no way, man said it's like a nitty. It is, well, I don't know anything about that. Arteta rotation. You are right. We did the same to Eddie at Leeds to hold bench. And even Eddie, unpopular opinion, you can go back to my videos. I actually feel Eddie came back from Leeds a better player. He looked a bit stronger. I think there was a period. I think we played Everton and Newcastle at home. I think Saka bagged both weeks and he played in that. And then he didn't quite kick on like how we did last year. I mean, I'm not against selling Partey, but, you know, sell him and do what? Like, what are we bringing in for one? As you've seen, Arsenal have an inability to plug the gaps that need to be plugged. Then you're not going to bring back any real bread. I think Potter could be a little appointment for Chelsea. I hope it fucks up, but yeah. Stability brings clarity. Bringing in young players is in our DNA. Fans need to chill. He just needs to do his thing in France. Uncle Henri is watching. Tell him again. Just let him do his thing, man, because you know, it's a different ball game. Let's be honest. The Prem is a stronger league than that. And obviously, Balogun, you know, he's got some starts now, and he's been given that healthy start where you can keep playing. Look at what starting did for Eddie. It's very, you've got to take your chances, but it's very difficult when you're getting 2 minutes, 15, 20, and these sort of things. So just let him keep doing his thing, man. I don't know if he probably does need one more loan, but I would seriously assess what happened, like where he's at in the summer. I think you come back for pre-season next summer. We really run the rule over you, see what you're at with Arteta, and then we pattern a loan spell. I'd love for him to go to a Prem loan or something. Gonna screen them callers. Have to have been active on Twitch or YouTube for at least 6 months. None of these new things. Yeah, I mean the regular names, you know, Ross, the regular names, Josie, Ross, a couple of you, you know, obviously. I know you lot are not on no funny man thing, but the rest, it could get fugazi. And I know it's crazy and it's funny and whatnot, but it's a madness. I hope Nuno, Kolasinac, Guendouzi, Alexis, hopefully they do their thing, man. And what I have liked is that we're picking better loan spells, man. You know, Brooke Norton Coffey went out on loan last season. At Lincoln, looking to build on that at Rotherham. Obviously, Balogun, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. You know, he needs to keep, it's not just about scoring, it's about the general play in that. But you've got 5 goals. If you've got 20 appearances and 5 goals, that's not really much. So we've picked a good loan spell. I think he learned a lot under Chris Wilder, actually, when he weren't in the team, seeing the realities of football, you know. And sometimes Balogun, when he played against Spurs, Chelsea, and United, he looked out of his depth. He's doing well now. Obviously, Saliba picked a good loan spell out in Marseille. I think Patino will have a good spell at Blackpool. It's completely left of the field, but you look at someone like Austin Tusty, he's having a good loan spell at Birmingham, and they're worshipping him, them fans there. So, yeah, man. And obviously, Tavares, it's not really what I want to see. What I mean by that is I love to see you getting confident, you're scoring goals, you're talking mad crud in the press conferences, but I know you can go forward. I know your strengths are going forward. You told us when you signed for Arsenal Football Club, I like to shoot with my right foot. You didn't say anything about defending or any single facet of defending. If you don't come back a better defender, it's a myth. You're playing as a wing back. Of course, you're gonna, you still have to defend, but the creative shackles have been freed from you. The problem for me with Tavares is if you could marry that going forward, refine it a bit, because sometimes I think he needs to pick a man with his cross, get a bit better defensively. You could come back a decent player, but that's a good loan spell. You know, if whether I want Balogun and Tavares and anyone on loan to make it here, but if these guys don't, hopefully we can make decent money on them, kind of following historically the Chelsea model. Really, you know, if Balogun turns into a 30 million pound player and we bring in a next striker, or Martinelli shows that he can be a striker as well as on the left, or we just don't, or Eddie does a madness it is what it is. Balogun can leave with his head held high, come from the academy, playing in the top division, move on, keep it moving. And I'm not saying Balogun, but not everyone can be part of the journey. Some men are going to be part of the journey for the duration. Some men are going to be on a couple of seasons. And I think when you look at with Nelson's contract, I think Nelson could have, but when you look at Nelson, when you look at what we could have got for Maitland-Niles, when you look at Joe Willock, 30 million, sometimes you just have to do that quickly. Just take the P's and go. Obviously, the first job of the academy is to progress into the first team, but if not, make some P's. Ornstein's reporting Chelsea have an agreement with Zidane. Bracy. Imagine being managed by Zidane. You must be gassed. So, yeah, it is what it is in that regards. Trust me. And if they can't beat him, just kick lumps out of them. Crazy. ADG, you read Paul Davis' book? I haven't. Wondering if it's worth hearing. There's some good points about black players / people in sport. Don't mean to spam too many typos in the last post. Nah, man, but I'll definitely get it. And then when I read it, I'll tell you what. Go on. Who would you say has been our best keeper from the Emirates era? Could you argue Ramsdale through a short tail of time? He's up there. I don't think we've had decent keepers, really. I'd say Fabianski when he left in the FA Cup run. I did like Chesney, but he was a bozo. Almunia shit, Ospina shit. Lehman was falling off them times. Ball's kind of on the floor, really. Leno wanted to cut out, though. I would love Nelson to get a chance, man. But at some point, until I see anything different, it's over now, innit? And even he had a decent, it didn't start well, but he had a decent loan spell towards the end at final. Then injuries have stopped him again. No one likes sitting on the bench, and some of our players are better off on loan than sitting on our bench. However, we need them impact players off the bench. Eddie's doing that right now. Amazing point. Facts. Upon more facts. Zidane bringing Vinny to the bridge. I mean, unpopular opinion, Ramsdale's looked better since he signed for the club. And I expect that from a 24-year-old. I like Ramsdale. He makes saves. He's got good character. His position, sometimes he's the last line of defense, and we could have stopped a goal, but sometimes the near post, the far post, I think even the Anthony goal, but I think he's made his mind up. And I look at the goals. Was it Maddison's goal against Leicester? Again, he's the last line of defense, but he could have done a bit better. He's 24. He's even more of a baby for a young keeper. As much as I like him, he's obviously not a single player hasn't got faults in that team. There's not a single world-class player within that team. So they all have to, do their thing. You've got potential. You have to go through the tough moments. You're not going to be this tried and untested goalkeeper and then be an England international, or be Lokonga, talked about being Yaya Toure by a company and get there overnight. You're not just going to wake up. There's many tough periods. Yaya Toure had to go Olympiacos and all them things there before obviously it worked for him at Barca and he came and bullied the league. It takes time. Really takes time. But unfortunately, managers, players, in today's day and age, there's no such thing as time, really and truly. I personally think Tavares' move was to make him a sell prospect in the summer, not to keep him as left back. I agree, and that's what I'm saying. I'd love for you to come back and be part of the first team, because if we could have Zinchenko able to play there, obviously Tierney and him, it'd be great. But as I always say, and you're here all the time, you've heard me say it numerous times, turn that 8 million into 16 plus. Everyone's a winner, innit? Sell on clause, we keep it moving. 4 more likes until 200, folks. One love. Ramsdale does the simple things bad and the difficult things amazingly well, and he's going to have to learn. I don't know about Alan Smith screaming at Ramsdale. Why is Leno chatting crud talking about politics kept him out of the Arsenal team? Why do keepers leave Arsenal for small clubs and start barking? I don't know, but he's justified. I don't think he said anything wrong. There's politics in every club. Really? Have you spoken about tomorrow's game? Not really, but I'm kind of waiting. We'll probably preview it tomorrow. I'm kind of waiting for Mikel Arteta's press conference. I think tonight Nuno will have a reality check to humble himself. Well, boy, whether it's Kulusevski or whoever, you're going to learn, innit? You're going to have to learn how much time you think Ramsdale needs. Time is I don't know. He's going to have to learn quick. In the short term, you can improve certain things, but in the long term, you're still on that journey. Tavares already believe in his own hype. He'll never get better defensively, in my opinion, because he's all about attacking. Did the club provide an update on Emil? To my knowledge, no. But you'd imagine when Mikel Arteta, I don't know when, but when he does speak in the press conference, we'll know, innit? But until then, I know what you lot know, really. But yeah, it's nice to see the young players, them getting confidence, out there on loan, doing what they need to do, and keeping it moving, really and truly. If I'm honest. I hope Arsenal's outcast smash them, man. But honestly, I think Spurs are going to run riot over Marseille, if I'm completely honest with you. I can't lie to you. I hope not. I do, every now and again, people remind everybody of Conte's shaky record in Europe. As an Arsenal fan, I hope it rings true. Every goal scored against us this season has been a result of our own errors. Cut them out and our defense will settle again. You're right. Old habits die hard. The warning signs have been there, even in the build-up when Eze missed against Crystal Palace. The goals we conceded against Leicester, the 3 we conceded against United, every goal's avoidable, but you get the point. The goal we conceded against Fulham. Did we concede against Villa? I'm pretty sure we did. That as well. I hope Tavares scores a banger. Rain moving crazy right now. Grey, rainy days are back in London town. Dark at 4 p.m. coming soon is what it is. So Arsenal fans have had a reality check and no, Jesus ain't the 20-plus goal scorer at Arsenal. He doesn't even get any service, to be fair. If only we had another striker 8 compete with Odegaard to show him we don't need his skills in front of goal. I don't know, man. What I do say is that people drop a level, man. Mudryk looks a mess. Looks a must, sorry. Leno said he didn't believe that he'd finish his career at Arsenal and thought he would go to a bigger club. That window, Ramsdale came in. Crazy, man. Go eat, big man. You're right. Still, it's a food thing soon. Don't forget, 4:30 we're playing Football Manager, people. Then after that, Inter Milan versus Bayern Munich, and then tomorrow it is Zurich against Arsenal. Villa was Douglas corner, yeah. So we did concede avoidable. Come on now, we conceded directly from a directly from a corner. Whether Ramsdale's fouled or not, Winter's coming from a footballing point of view as well. Jesus don't get fed nothing. It's another case. Like Jesus, I love how Jesus plays. He works hard. He's able to play well without scoring and things like that. But there's no service. United, what did he have to work with? I shout out my guy T. Been rocking with DG from when he was recording from an iPhone. My G, big up each and every time. My guy. DG taking Damari if he plays for Jamaica. If you could keep either Saka or Nelly throughout their career, who are you going? Oh, you can't do that, man. Martinelli's Brazilian. Saka because he's A-Lend, man. Our strikers will never thrive till we get an 8. Simple as. Hayes, this is just another Firmino, man. He's not a bagsman. I think he could be a bagsman, but you're going to drop a level. You ain't got the service.